Welcome back to another Wartales video. We have had it more or less confirmed by the Shiro community manager that the patch is going to drop this week, so very, very exciting news. So I am continuing on my quest to get my party ready for the new region, Harag. I have had a little bit of a think about anything else that we might want to do in this particular run. And I've pretty much decided I might just turn my game sound down a little bit there so it's not coming through on the mic. There we go. That should be right. Had a little bit of a think about what I wanted to do for this session, and I decided that I did not want to go to Vertruce, and instead what I will be doing is getting my party as ready as I can in a couple of other ways. So in the last video, we picked up a whole lot of armor and did a bunch of stuff like that to get them ready. Got a couple more of them to level 5. This time what we're going to do is I'm going to show you another way to improve your team's power. The main way that you can do this is through things called skill books. Now, we're going to need a bunch of them because you basically need 2 skill books per character, as well as a couple of additional utility skill books. Now, we've already bought a couple of utility skills, so we're pretty ready on that front. I won't say quite as ready as I want to be, but fairly close. But we're going to buy some skill books to upgrade their main skills as well. This is particularly good on pikemen, but all of the different characters that we have will benefit from it. So to do that, we need a bunch of money. So the video today is basically going to be me trying to make a bunch of money. There's going to be some fights included. I'm going to skip some fights. And we're basically just gonna I'm gonna use the expression "go for broke," even though it's you know, not quite that. All right, we will eat some food, drink some alcohol, and get on our way. Now we are investigating something there. Good. All right. Now, so to start with, so the way that we're going to make as much money as possible is going to be mostly through trade, like bounty contracts. So we've got one assassination here. We've got Kagal who we can take out. Another bounty here. Let's negotiate that up twice and accept. Let's do the same thing with the rat's nest. We will start taking the rat's nest out and making some oils as well. So oils are another way we can really improve our squad strength. And look, we might as well even try to take down Kagal. We've got a pretty good team. We've got a couple of tanks. We've got some archers and the spearmen. So I reckon we can... I'm not going to say maybe do it too well, but I reckon we can get through it. I might just pick up some more tools so that we can roam around and kill as many things as possible before having to return. On sale, even better. And then we're going to have a look at what we can offload to really make this a little bit better. I'll sell that. And I can't sell those to him. That's all good. Alrighty, let's get cracking. Now, I think our first... Oh, look, we got like a beautiful string of contracts up here. So we're pretty much gonna go up and do a nice little loop. We do have some merchants near town, so I'm actually going to just use my little merchant trick, buying and selling trade resources. So if you pick them up from a merchant that's just there in town, and you duck out to a merchant nearby, for the matter of a couple of seconds work, you make a little bit of profit, about 50 profit on it. We've got some light armor there. We do want to pick up another archer at some point. Since we are going for a few fights, grab some experience now. No archers available. All right. We'll leave that until we have an archer available. I kind of want to pick up a ranger as well. There is a ranger available from the area up here, so we might do that. We can beat some deserters or some boars. Let's go for the boars. They're a slightly easier fight, a little bit quicker. Neither would present, I think, too much challenge with some extra allies in there as well, though. We'll let our allies over there take the brunt with a few hits and actually get ourselves set up over this side, generating some valor. And I can't run any further. That'll do. Alright, and do we still need that next bow for Kagal? I think we do. So we need to kill a ghost pack or two as well. Get a couple more level 5 weapons under our belts. So yeah, we definitely need a new bow there. Reinforced arrows, landing a bleed on crit there was really nice. So it crit, ball ran in, bled, died. A very, very solid way to begin the fight. We're just going to run in so that more balls are attracted into the zone. And I'm more than happy for our friends over here to get hurt. It doesn't really matter how they go in this. Alright, so let's get cracking. We'll start pulling them over a little bit closer to us. So making sure we're the closest to these enemies. And putting up a little spear wall so they can't get any closer than we want. It's nice having the level 5 spears on these guys, for sure. Ooh, and we already have him upgraded with at least one of our books, so that's nice as well. Our swordsman's not going to get anywhere, so we'll just run him over. Anyway, so I was having a little bit more of a look at the Harag roadmap, and oh man, there's just going to be so much stuff dropping with this patch. I am not sure what I'm going to make a video on first, honestly. Too much stuff to decide from, so we'll have to see how we go. I kind of want to run this group over first thing. I kind of want to start a new group. But starting a new group will involve many hours of kind of getting them ready for Harag as well. So I am probably much better off going in with a group that's already somewhat ready. I could have put up a spear wall. Didn't need to, though. Alright. Such a lovely skill, that one. We will actually run in and knock you off with a wrath there. I probably should have pulled these guys in a little bit closer so it didn't take as long for all my dudes to run over, but it's all good. I got plenty of valor points to spare, so... One of the rare times you see a raider land a strike on more than one enemy. Who do we want to go with first? Might knock this boar out of combat just so our henchman does a little bit more damage when he gets his attack in. Our raider over here is actually looking like he'll do a pretty good job. Not bad. Might be the most effective raider I've ever seen, actually. Our swordsman should be able to take care of this guy. And our brute will definitely take care of this boar. Alrighty, so, yeah, look, I'll let him flee. I'm not too worried. I probably could have finished him off in like one move, but that's fine. We get a bunch of teeth. We will repair ourselves as we go. And we'll just run to kind of get a little bit of distance between us and the deserters there. All right, let's get into our contracts. So what I might do is kind of fight a couple of these. As I said, I might skip a couple of the battles just because I think these will all be fairly easy contracts. We might tune back in very quickly for the rat's nest just to see if we can get a few good kills on them. And I'll likely keep it tuned in for the fight in against Kagal as well. But I will tune out of this battle, win it quickly, and then be back soon. Alright, pretty quick and easy battle there. We get a little bit of loot, which is nice for us to take and sell. Again, we'll repair some armor just to keep us going along. And let's see whether we can get ourselves a ranger. You can give them some wood and get some influence for it, but I actually prefer fighting these guys. One, because I think they're a little bit of an interesting fight, and two, I prefer getting the ranger on my team. It's nice to recruit. So it should be a level 5 ranger, but let's just see how we go. Alright, so the reason that I think these guys are an interesting fight is that they've got a couple of fairly different units to other areas. They do have a leader unit, wherever he is, the Inquisitor, who is a paladin. And paladins have a couple of extra skills, and they do give themselves deflection as well, so you've got to kind of play around that. But one of the guys that we have with the spear who hits 4 times, he's going to be the one who gets rid of deflection on the paladin for us. But they've also got a bunch of other guys in their team that we've got to be a little careful of. So purifiers have some axes that draw you in and hit you a couple of times if they engage you in combat. Zealots can hit multiple times. They basically keep hitting until they apply fever, and torch strike as well. So there's a number of things that we've got to deal with, and keeping these guys at bay is actually in our best interest. So again, our party is well equipped to keep people at bay. Don't have to worry so much about that. Purifier, that zealot's going to be our first enemy who will get close. What we can do though, we can run over this way. We'll set up to deal with that purifier. And we're going to wait for them to come to us. So Inquisitors, groups like this, have no ranged enemies, which is great from our point of view. Really helps us keep the fight going at the pace that we are interested in. Alright, this zealot's going to come across soon. He can get into combat, so I'm actually going to... Hamad is the one with 2 attacks of opportunity. We're going to try to get rid of this purifier now. Ooh, so close, so close. And this zealot should go straight for Hamad. Beautiful. Alright, so the Inquisitor, as I said, puts deflection on himself and runs on in. He does have 84 armor, 101 health as well, so he's a pretty solid enemy to be coming up against. This zealot's already gone, so I am going to come over and take him out. And the zealot over the back is the next one up, so a little bit of distance between them. Our Wrath won't kill them, and we only have 1 point remaining, so we're going to sit back. Our Archer's going to be up next. Going to try and get a Galvanized buff off. But I could get one more unit in nice and close first. What do we want? Let's take the Zealot out. The Purifier, I think I might kill with the Archer. And have you gone? You have already gone. And let's set ourselves up with a spear wall here. Alright, now we're set up for a nice 4-person galvanized. We'll get rid of this purifier first. And then I'll get ourselves nicely set up for some more archery. So we do want to try to get a crit oil for the archer, so that the archer's going to do critical hits more often. Obviously very useful if you're running a build based around critical hits. And it would be nice if we can get more critical hits on them, just because then, you know, we'll be taking out a percentage of their health, even whilst they still have armor remaining. Alright, I wonder if we can get out of this fight without taking even a single hit. Let's see how we go. He's only got 1 spear wall, so this is unlikely to occur. No, I think we're going to take at least 1 here. Alright, Zealot run. Oh, we do stop that Zealot. Very nice. Okay, maybe we can get away with this. Alright, this Zealot's already going to be stopped, so we just need to worry about this Purifier down here. This Zealot's gone. Ooh, nice kill. Didn't even have his brutality buff up there. Very good, Santian. So we want to try to take this Zealot out, don't we? Oh no, wait, he's the one that's already gone, never mind. Didn't need to get rid of him straight away. Take out the Fanatic. This Purifier's gonna stand in his tracks, stop in his tracks, I should say. Oops. Totally not where I meant to move him. Moved him right in range of the Inquisitor, and I don't... Hamad is the only spearman we have spare. But if we knock him back and we don't slow him with a vicious shot yet, that's alright. That'll hopefully be enough. It is enough. So as I said, no ranged enemies in a team is very beneficial to us. I honestly feel a little bad for them at this point, but what can you do? Alright, so this Purifier is still going to go. We are going to run over here, poke this one, but not move him, because otherwise Santian's other spear wall will be consumed. And we'll get ready for the Inquisitor. Very nice. Oh, I like when a fight goes this well. It's nice. Alright, we'll have to pour a bit of damage onto the Inquisitor next turn. He's going second. Maybe I shouldn't have run him into combat if I wanted to stay completely damage free. Here we go. Oh, this might knock him out, so the spear wall doesn't even actually do anything. It's all good. Alright, our swordsman is just going to run away. Get this Purifier engaged. And another one bites the dust. Very good, very good. Alright, just the Inquisitor left now. He hasn't cast Affliction on himself again yet, actually. I'm a little surprised. Normally he cast that kind of every turn sort of thing. And Hamad coming through for us again. He's absolutely a beast. I do wish they were tracking kills on him. So for this fight, we get a bit over 150 gold worth of material. We get to chat with a little ranger here, Arissa. Gives us a couple of things, including some poisonous oil. And if we inspect, she is a level 5 ranger. Fantastic. We can equip her with some armor. She can't wear armor yet, just because we haven't upgraded her. Definitely going to give... So Rangers getting Valorous Victory on kill is incredible. And I want Frenzy and Cutthroat just to try to free up my tanks more frequently as well. And then Knife Throw helps cause a lot of extra damage once you get your dexterity up a little bit higher as well. Alright, we're going to be going for some critical hits, bit of dexterity, bit more critical hits, bit more dexterity, and I'm even going to go for a little bit of willpower here. So one thing that I have been kind of theory crafting just a little with the willpower, I think I talked about it in the last video, is what happens if you replace your entire party with people with higher willpower. So it is something I am very keen to test out with Harag because the level cap is going up. So I'm curious just kind of how much you can max out your willpower and how well that'll work for getting galvanized a whole lot earlier. Alright, so we've only done one bounty. If we didn't have to rest there, a ghost pack was actually spawning as we went and took our own nap there. So we'll head over and sell some stuff. Oh, that's right, we want to give her her armor. Definitely need to get her a better weapon, but we'll be able to craft that. We've got a little bit of knowledge spare, a few materials spare, and we'll sell off the things we know we don't need. We did get a potentially slightly better shield. No, we're all good where we are. Ooh, and we actually still have a fair chunk of white leather available too. That's right, we just need lumber for the bow. Alright, let's keep our eye out for lumber. I missed a spot here. So more lumber means a new bow for Kalik. And honestly, like, probably not getting the archer straight away is not too big of a deal, just because we don't actually have too many... Oh, that's right. I had a little crash in the last battle that I didn't show, which was a little bit surprising. I haven't had a crash in a battle for ages now. And I had to reload from the autosave. Getting a few little hang-ups here, though, which is a bit odd. Alright, let's get rid of these guys. Ooh, level 6. So a little bit tougher. Since this is just another bounty fight, I am going to skip it, and I will tune back in post-fight. Alright, pretty easy fight. Picked up a little bit of loot. Sorry, I'd already accepted it into the bag before taking up the video again. Our destroyer got a level up. Not really the best stats. Look, I'll just make him a little bit more tanky again. Let's go with that. I did take a little bit of armor damage, and because we're going into the fight with the rats, I will actually repair that up before we get too much further. This just leads up to a little bit of a dead end. There's nothing up there that we need to worry about. So on we go over towards our rat's nest. A little bit more wood in the forest. So after this loop, we're going to have, again, some better weapons for our team. Ooh, and a ghost fight as well. I'm going to want to do a rest before we get into the rat fight. So we might as well take on the Phantom Swarm. Now, I have shown a couple of Phantom Swarm fights on this already. We know that this group works very well just because we can keep all the animals away from us. So I am going to skip over this fight as well. Let me know if you like me skipping over the fights like this. It's something I'm just trying out that's a little bit different to keep the video length a little bit more contained, but still kind of showing you the progression that a team can make over a video. Back soon. Okay, fight with the ghost pack over. We're now up to 33 ghost leather with an absolute ton of spare wolf meat and pig as well, or wolf meat and pork. Definitely want to keep his strength going up. We earned a title, the Pig's Bane on Ulukult, and he also earned Duelist. So critical hit and critical damage increased by 5%. So very nice. Just by having the weapons equipped that you want someone to use, you get more and more experience on them. We will, as I said, try to get in a quick rest now before we go and hit up the rat's nest. Now I want to earn as much valor as I can on my rest. It's not going to be an incredible amount, but it will do. Let's do our pork stew again. And take our rest. Alright, so against the rat's nest. Ooh, there we go, a tarnished necklace. Nice little 56 gold find over a rest there. And how many tools have we got? We have got one set of tools. So it took a little bit more armor damage in that fight against the ghost pack than I would like. But, you know, that's fine. Happens sometimes. Alright, so we're slightly lower on armor than I wanted to be, but we will just get done what we can get done. So there's two things that you want to take into account when you're fighting a rat's nest. And these are the number of rats that you're going to kill. Gives you a certain amount of loot. And the number of infected outgrowths you are going to kill. Oh, this is the first rat fight we've even done on this group. There you go. Brand new type of fight. I'm just going to turn Alt off because I hate seeing it on everybody there. Now, normally, you want to try to have an archer with dexterity higher than the rat's health. The reason that you want to do that is because when you do barrage, your archer can then kill one rat per shot. And that's actually when you want an archer with the on-kill ability as well. So we definitely would like to have an extra bow for Calic there. But we won't this particular fight. So what we might do, just to try to keep it simple, is we'll aim to kill probably only 10 to 15 rats. Maybe 1 to 2 of the outgrowths in this very first fight, just because we're not crazy well set up to actually do so. Our brute will run over and pretty much take one out himself, and then we'll just kind of keep the rest of the rats under control. So we will get ourselves started. So we want to get one of our on-kill guys kind of well set up to look after a few of the rats there. We will run in and see just how much damage our brute can do. So having the mace equipped is really good because outgrowths never actually have any critical hit. Sorry, any strength. So you will always be guaranteed a critical hit against them. Ooh, 22 out of 23. We're going to leave that one as is for now. Let's come over and take out some more rats. 2 attacks of opportunity. We'll just target the one that's there at the moment. Oh, that rat didn't move. Interesting. And we do want to try to keep our valor points up here. I probably should have put our archer in on the other side. I reckon we can get... we don't have very much burst damage. I was about to say I reckon we can get some more outgrowths down, but I just don't know that we're going to be able to. I feel like our brute is really the only one that can take them down with any kind of consistency. And I don't want to poison my whole party. We're going to start working on the Brood Mother. Little bit by little bit. I want to keep her, like, take her health down a little bit, just so that as soon as I want to kill her, I can. I don't have to spend a couple of turns doing so. Alright, we got one rat and then the Brood Mother, so we will run on over. Little shot, and we're out of movement there. Cool, cool. So spearmen are good in this fight. I won't say they're perfect because they do have a maximum of kind of 3 that they can kill per round. If you've gone pikeman anyway. If you go for the what's the other version of a spearman's name? I can never remember. If you go for the spearman that can, I can't check it out at the moment, can throw the spear. Sometimes they can do a little bit better just because they can hit more in one go. Alright, so we got a bunch of rats coming in. We're just going to max out our Valor points. And we are going to lay a barrage down. Alright. What do you got? 22 and 54. So I was kind of hoping to Wrath this, just so that my next attack was going to be a guaranteed critical, but that's fine. We'll just get rid of this rat while we're going. Come on over a bit closer, and because we have some spare points, get ourselves a little bit closer. So you can see here, our dexterity is not quite enough to, unfortunately, to kill the plagued rats. So we're close. We are very close. And we'll have a whole lot of them set up for easy kills in the next round or two. But just a tiny bit of AoE here would actually set me up beautifully to have wiped out more. So swordsmen with laceration or an AoE weapon, brutes with AoE weapons, all that kind of stuff helps quite a lot in situations like this. I don't want to burn necessarily too many Valor points on this guy. But he can, of course, help out and block a couple of rats off. Our swordsman has a bit of armor, so he can take a couple of hits pretty well. Let's kill you just for the extra Valor point, and we get a knife throw off as well. I'm pretty happy with you sitting in there. So she doesn't have any armor at the moment. So if a rat bites her, we will get a plagued wound, which we want to avoid just because it's extra damage on our unit and extra gold we have to spend healing them as well. We can't get around, so we're going to poke the broodmother and just kind of head around in that direction. That spear wall, unfortunately, was less effective than it could have been. And we might go and get ourselves another nice little wrath buff here. Don't know where they're going to spawn, so we'll just wait. Save up our Valor points. As you can see, we can deal a fair bit of damage and get rid of quite a number of these little fellows. I was thinking like 10 to 15 rats, but I actually think we might be getting more than that with how we're going here. Summons another 9. I'm very tempted to get my spearman to poke this down too. However, I do not want to be overwhelmed. I want to receive as few plagued wounds as possible. So let us try to stop that happening. Now, our swordsman's going to get attacked. Not much we can do there. We don't have anyone else we can wrath down, unfortunately. Let's get... Oh, we can move the swordsman now. Probably not going to help an incredible amount. Let's just get rid of one of the rats at least. Alright, so we are running low on armor on the swordsman, low on armor on our spearman here. And it's a pity Lorhan doesn't have an upgraded spear wall. Ooh, our archer is in range for combat. That's unfortunate. Alright, we're going to run in. Now this outgrowth, hopefully we get lucky and we deal 1 additional damage with our weakening blow. Oh, we must have crit with it last time. Alright, cool. So we'll get a Wrath on it next turn. And see, our health starts to run a little bit low, so we definitely don't want to go too crazy. This spearman will come under attack, but Hamad has plenty of armor still. So does Santian, so we might actually try to just save. Just put our guys with the higher armor in the front. Ooh, and he gets engaged. All right. Next turn, we will kill the outgrowth and continue on our merry way after this fight, with the broodmother going down very soon after that. Could try to deal some extra damage to her here. It's not really worth spending 2 Valor points for 9 damage though. And we've got one more rat who will come in and do some fighting. With only 4 health remaining, I'm just going to punch the rat. 4 damage, what a beast. Should be summoning, yep, 10 rats this turn. So each turn, the guttural howl summons 1 additional rat. So the longer the fight goes on, the more and more dangerous it becomes. And it's very hard to stay on top of those numbers once they get to that point. Alright, so we're going to get rid of 1 rat. We're going to get rid of an outgrowth. And since we have the spare Valor points, let's get rid of another rat while we're going. Yeah, so he'd have 1 more turn, 1 to 2 more turns of being poisoned before dying. Alright, now, since we want to try to finish this broodmother off, we're going to use our spearmen who are, you know, a little bit stronger, Santian and Hamad. And between them, their spearing and their Wrath will get the broodmother down. And that's how we kind of want to play a rat fight, you know, in general. If we'd had a bit more armor, we could have stuck around longer. If we had an archer that had slightly more dexterity, we could have stuck around a bit longer and killed some more. But we got some pretty good loot from that. So 70 experience gets us up a little. 76 teeth. We've got 322 teeth, so we can buy heaps from the trackers at the moment. And yeah, killed 24 rats. One guy got slightly lower in health. He was our brute. And we have cleared out our first rat's nest. So one of the things that I'm really curious about with Harag coming up is what they're going to do, or whether they're going to change anything with rat's nests. So at the moment, rat's nests are, there's a finite supply of them. 2 per region means you've got a total of 6 rat nests to kill at the moment. I'm curious whether they're going to change this just because it does actually mean that you can't necessarily create all of the oils that you might want for your characters. Because you'll run out of infested outgrowths that you can farm. So we'll see. Harag is meant to be kind of an area full of more plague, more stuff like that. So maybe the outgrowths there respawn. All right. One thing you'll notice me doing is I love placing batons down everywhere. Giving myself shortcuts on ways to get from one place to another is kind of the name of the game in some ways. I kind of wish I had a baton down this way as well, because I know I've already been there. Pretty sure I paid this border crossing. Alright, this girl, Professor Herman, gives us a quest. She wants us to basically go and find, take a marble piece into one of the nearby abbeys, and then, yeah, do a few little tasks for her. Now, buying stuff off this guy is usually quite expensive. So you can normally buy these in town for 40 gold each, and they only sell to nearby merchants for 45. So buying them off him is actually an expensive way to go and not recommended to start with. Once you get a few bonuses, you can actually buy things off him and make profit, but it takes just a little while to get going. So just be careful when you see him not to go crazy buying stuff when you don't really need to yet. All right, so we got a brain, we got an axe, we got a few other things. We are going to have to return to town. We can't go and kill Kagal, the ghost of Harag, with no armor. So we definitely want to do that. And we have enough wood for a new bow. Do we have enough for a dagger as well, though? All right, a sharpened axe is going to cost us 3 wood. Once we've done that, we will then want to build the level 5 version as well. So we're going to need a little bit more wood. Let's see if we can't go hunt some down in the forests nearby. All right, and so far we've made 710 gold from our bounties. We've got another ghost pack. Definitely don't need to kill any more of them. 33 white leather will do us for now. Can't see any more wood up this way. I want to avoid these wolves. I definitely don't need that fight. We could take out another rat's nest, but again, with our reduced armor, I'm not super keen to take that fight just now. There's usually some wood up here, but it looks like I've looted it already, so... It's a little container you can store things in. Okay, so we've got 18 wood, and we're definitely going to need at least 15, probably a little bit more. Wonder if there's another supply nearby. This would be where if I was actually streaming and you guys were watching my screen at the same time, you could point out all of the stockpiles of wood that I'd missed as we ran along. And I would probably have more than enough to do the thing that I keep forgetting about, which is craft new weapons. Alright, back in town, a few successful fights. Let us repair. Now, I say that we made 700 gold from our bounties, which we did. Obviously, from each of the fights, we actually made more as well. Ooh, this is a good one. Informing Stromcap, which is actually super, super easy. Gets us a nice little bonus. Now, you'll see I negotiate them up 1 to 2 times. I actually really like... do we have any archers yet? We've got a ranger, a swordsman, and a warrior. No archers yet. The other thing that we get from the fights is obviously gold as we fight, and some equipment as well. Is there anything else we want to sell? We can get rid of that bow because we know we're about to make a new one. And let's go do that, and then I'll show you another way that we can make some cash off what we need here. Now, Hamad, I'm pretty sure, is maxed out. He is. So let's use Ulukat to maximize our strength gains there. All right, so we want a sharpened axe first. Oh, and we're super low on leather. Bow of the Brave, definitely our number 1 priority. Does not require leather. Great. Oh, that was terrible. And we can make a Sayax as well then. Awesome. When making level 5 weapons, it is recommended to, you know, pay as much attention as possible just so that you do get the 2 stars and then you don't have to use the resources to make it again, but that's okay. Now, what did that cost? We need to buy some coal, but otherwise we can make it. I'm just going to buy a stack of coal. I'll end up using it all, so... Alright, a steel sack. So we're going to increase our ranger's damage substantially just by going from one of these to the next. Oh, and the 2 level 5 weapons, I managed to stuff both of them up. So it ends up being about... what would it be? Maybe 2 dexterity on each of them. So again, not huge, but potentially enough to actually be the difference between us killing rats and not killing rats. There we go. The other thing we could do is get armor with some layer slots in them and make sure that we get dexterity on those slots as well. That would also make us, you know, more guaranteed to kill some of those rats. We can equip some accessories. And the other thing I might do is... looks like we've pretty much made everything we can make there. Cool. There we go. We do have some extra stuff for dexterity layers, but we don't have many armors that can use them. That's right. They are all pretty easy materials to meet, so we can keep going there. All right, now we've made almost 1,000 gold this run so far, including, and that's profit. So on top of what we've been spending. So one nice way, once you've got armor for everybody to wear, I actually will generally make a whole bunch of lockpicks to sell, just using up the rest of my iron ore. And then there's a fair bunch of materials that we can sell as well. So we can make ourselves some more medicine, and the ranger that we picked up is actually already an alchemist, which is handy. We'll make a bunch of medicine. I'm actually going to sell a massive bunch of comfrey here as well. What else do we have? We can sell plagued leather because there is currently no use for that in game. Hopefully they don't introduce anything in Harag, but if they do, so be it. I will just have to try to equip and find more plagued leather. And we're otherwise good. I want to keep the border pass because I don't know that I've paid for the Vitruce one, so that'll just save us 130 gold. We have a huge amount of cloth here. I'm actually just going to sell some of it. I think I'll need more for torches and stuff. Sandstone can always be sold. It's the most useless resource in the game as far as I can tell, except for maybe plagued leather. And we're good. Now we could buy a recipe. Swiftness oil increases our dexterity. And infectious oil. Look, let's go swiftness oil. Let's just do it. Now, we do need to learn pristine essence. So pristine essence is the kind of base thing that you use for most alchemy recipes. Vials were on sale, so I did see that just before. And what we'll do is we will create, we need a little bit more fish oil. Fish oil is something that you are guaranteed to be able to buy from alchemists now, which is great. It wasn't always like that, and you had to go hunting around for a rare random merchant that had, you know, luckily spawned it, which was just an absolute pain. Okay, swiftness oil. So once we prepare an oil like this, you will unlock a new, in general, you'll unlock a new compendium recipe. What that compendium recipe does is give you a little belt that allows you to have a higher chance of making that item occur. Now, we cannot make the belt because we are out of leather, and I don't think the merchant is selling any, but I'll make a second swiftness oil and we will get that organized. Now, I didn't craft the best dagger in the world, but I am still going to put it on her. She's already got 38 dexterity, and that'll that'll help get us on our way to doing what we need to do. I don't want to put the dexterity oil on the archer because I want to put crit oil on the archer when we get access to that. All right, so let us continue on our journey now. We are up to 1900 gold, and we are going to go and spend an absolute bunch of that now to just see how much stronger we can make our force with that extra cash. Now, if you're after just basic skill bits and pieces, what you need to do is go for the black market. Black market is the cheapest spot to buy all that kind of stuff, and black market will sell those books for 150 gold each. However, for the skill books that we're after today, we will be getting them from the whatchamacallit, training grounds, I'm pretty sure it is. Having a little mental blank while running around. As I said, another ghost pack. We don't need to fight them at the moment. There is an achievement for fighting a certain number of ghost packs. I can't remember what it is. Within the paths, warsmiths, armor layers, successful hunts. I'm sure there's like a mysteries and wisdom. Nah, that's mostly about research. This has got rat's nests purged though. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. I'm kind of curious to see how much these get updated in the next patch as well. I really enjoy the paths and how they unlock quests and things like that, but I know that their quests are still a work in progress. So at the moment, you can get to level 5 in the paths, and it says, new mission at 3 and new mission at 5, but only the level 3 mission has been implemented so far. Or as far as I'm aware anyway. I don't know, I could have that wrong. All right. Off we go. There are only 3 skill mastery books available, so we will buy all of those. These are 300 each, so we're going to leave those alone for now. It might be that the training grounds don't actually restock these books because it's been a little while since we, yeah, we have done the trackers camp. It's been a little while since we handed those in. It's interesting that that's a tent. I thought it was a different icon. And we want to buy a few more books for Orisa. So our ranger is best when toxic balm, damage dealt to poisoned enemies increased by 5%. You know what? I'm just going to buy it so that I can learn some more stuff. All right, Orisa already has first aid. Fantastic. We want her to have wrath. We want her to have sprint. And we don't care about taunt for her. Our destroyer, he needs first aid. Does not need aim or anything else. And we need taunt on our swordsman. There we go, down to 300 gold now. However, this is all money extremely well spent. Because it will really give our characters a massive edge as we're fighting. So you can see how quickly you can burn through almost 2,000 gold. Did I leave something behind? I did. Left a meal behind. How about I steal that just as something that I can do? Am I not seeing something? Maybe I moused over suspicion there. Yeah, so you can see just how much money you can spend. And what we'll do, we'll go complete the fight with Kagal just to finish off the video for today. And yeah, hopefully you'll see just sort of how much we've increased the power of our characters there. Now with our ranger, the skill mastery upgrade that we use on knife throw refreshes her movement, so she can move a whole lot further and kind of keep that damage going. I'm not too worried about upgrading frenzy at the moment, just because it allows her to use it multiple times. I'm probably only aiming to use that once per turn at the moment. So yeah, I'm tempted. I think I want to have all of our spearmen there upgraded. I would like to upgrade barrage now that we have the stronger bow as well. Critical hit damage bonus increase by 25% is quite nice. This guy would give everybody brutality that he is near, which is pretty fantastic. And another spear wall upgrade. So giving the swordsman fury when they disengage with bulwark is quite nice, but our swordsman is not built for damage, so it's really not going to help too much. Oh, and this guy's not level 5 yet. That's why he doesn't have his level 5 skill. Applying vulnerability to an enemy that is already weakened is quite nice. The next attack they suffer will be a critical hit. Works quite well with the archer if you can guarantee critical hits coming in, and then therefore guarantee that you're also going to be putting bleed on them, so you're getting a whole bunch of extra damage. I'm going to go with brutality. Now I'm going to put it on one of the guys with team spirit, so that when Lorhan is near people, they are stronger. Now I just have to remember to keep people near Lorhan. I'm terrible at remembering which spearman is which, because I've sort of mixed and matched a little. I have made a few little mistakes with some of their skills as well. So, for instance, Hamad, our main damage dealer, has on kill, which is good. I think I had in my head that he had support, but he doesn't. Okay, no, actually we're okay. Maybe we're alright. Maybe we're alright. Hadn't made as many mistakes as I thought then. Alrighty, up into the mountains. The other thing I'm excited about with Harag is the environment. So I really love what they do with the different environments. And in particular, how it changes when you're camping. So, you know, we're camping on some nice green fields, and then we're camping in a nice snowy area. I'm a big fan of the environmental changes while you camp. So keen to see what the Harag campgrounds look like and how they work and play. Ooh. Sorry, troop, I exhausted you. I might check this mine for additional ore as well. Okay, we definitely want some increased critical hit. I should have probably brought a little bit more salt from town, but I did not. Let's increase our happiness, and then let's eat some rats that we captured too. So obviously getting a lot of the rats, oops, probably should have given them some alcohol. We got a piece of pottery, and we can research one of the Warriors Codex books as well. Very nice. All right, let's look quickly for some ore, just so I can make some more lockpicks to sell. So making the lockpicks, so if you sell ore, you get 4 gold per piece of ore. If you sell the lockpicks, though, you get 7 gold, I want to say, per lockpick. So you're making almost 100% profit just by making the lockpick to sell, as opposed to selling the ore by itself. If we pick up that maximum of 13 ore per mine, we end up with, you know, a bunch of extra gold, 150 plus gold from a single mining expedition. We can also get the gems sometimes, luckily, as well, which are worth, again, just another little bit of cash. So we've got another skill upgrade there. As we head back through Tiltron, we might aim to pick up another couple of skill books, because they're so valuable. They make such a big difference when you're moving through these zones. All right, here we go with the Kagal fight. This is going to be interesting. I've never run this fight with so few tanks. Having only 2 tanks in the team is not very many, considering how hard some of the enemies here can hit, particularly once you start killing a couple of them. But what our basic aim is going to be is to engage Kagal facing away from most people, and then to stall the animals with spearmen. So see. I'm going to get you to hopefully stall these two animals. The Mard can come down here and stall the wolves, as can Lorhan. Lorhan is our big damage dealer. Can increase everyone else's damage, so let's do that. And Orisa is going to be our main killer here as well. Bit of a bug there. I think it's a reduced damage taken when getting hit, but I can't see any debuffs, so maybe Kagal's actually bugged at the moment and going to be easier to kill than normal. Alright, Ulrit has 34%. Belarus has a little bit more. Let us commence the fighting with Kagal. I think there was a boar hiding in the mist. Okay, so we engage to get deflection. And we're going to taunt Kagal just so that he's dealing a little bit less damage. Boom. So nice seeing such low numbers. Alright. One little pig doing his thing. The next one must be the one in the fog up here. Do I want to block it now? Let's do that. Now, I actually don't want to kill well, I think I'm going to need to kill some of the animals, but I don't necessarily want to kill them all because it increases the boss's wrath skill. So they do quite a bit of extra damage for every enemy that is killed, every ally that is killed. We're definitely the closest, are we? I think we're the closest still. Let's pretty much just wait patiently and see. Alright, that's Kagal's third shot, so that should be Kagal out of shots for this round. And, oh, our ranger can't quite get there yet. So we will use our skills, and so this is why we got some extra skills like run and sprint and all of that jazz. Alright, it looks like we're dealing some more damage here. So we get our swiftness oil proc on the dagger. And again, I think it only goes up once and does look like it's working. So we're up to 42 dexterity, whereas we were at 39 before. So nice little damage increase, and you can see we can really work the boss's health down quite quickly. Oof. Yeah, that's a fair hit. And we're going to go straight for Kagal. We really want to take the boss out so that then we can just focus down the animals, which should be nice and easy. In the original fight here, there was a little bit of a thing because you couldn't engage the boss at the time. And it definitely made the fight a lot harder because you couldn't really do much without this boss then sort of running along and lining, 3 people up all at the same time. It was, I am going to say, definitely more brutal. Okay. And I'm going to start weakening them because I definitely don't want to... there we go, I can get 4 of them there. Beautiful. This fills us up with some valor for the next round. Ooh! Poor ranger. Down to 4 health. But again, it's helpful not to be engaging them all so that you're not taking a whole bunch of extra damage that you don't want to. All right, Kagal is going down. Oh, look, they updated that animation, so you actually hit them in the head. That's cool. I really like all the death animations. I'm a big fan of the kill cam that happens. All right, you've got Porky Pig over here covered. You've got Mr. Wolf covered over here. So let's go for one. And it's that Wrath skill that we want to try to avoid. Because they just start dealing so much extra damage. Alright, I definitely need to get you out of combat before it's no longer possible. 7 damage there. Let's use run just to throw another dagger. And you can see she can still move a huge amount of distance. Oh, got out of the spear. Probably should have seen that happening, particularly after the last video. I still cannot believe that didn't count. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in the last video, I had some spearmen covering like this huge area, and this enemy managed to run through it, much to my surprise, and take out one of my archers, you know, on like 20 something health, and it just ran in and killed the archer. It was a fanatic, I'm pretty sure, so like carrying a torch and a sword and using both of them in the same round on this archer, who was not the closest target, wasn't a target for AoE. Like there was nothing that seemed to indicate this archer would be who it went for. So I was surprised. But we have rolled with the punch, and our team is coming along nicely still, so I'm not too worried with where we landed. Nice work, Hamad. I think you're going to be the quickest to get a kill on this boar. And look, that fight against Kagal was pretty straightforward in the end. I'm not too sure. I think one of the buffs on Kagal is not working as intended. He's meant to take reduced damage when the animals are not engaged. So normally you're meant to engage a bunch of the animals. There we go, and we got another nice bow. Now, I know that we literally just crafted a bow for ourselves, but I still think it's actually worthwhile. Farewell, Kagal. May we find something of you in Harag. I don't know whether we will or whether we will not, because he's been, you know, inhabiting this area for such a long time now. Yep, we did already loot all that stuff, so we're good there. And we did pick up a very nice bow. So picking the bow up at level 5, let's have a quick look. Okay, so it means that we do 18 damage per hit to each target in the line. If we critically hit them, we actually deal some extra damage on top of our reinforced arrows. But that's 18 damage instead of 21 to 35. So we have to guaranteed hit 2 targets to be making this bow as good as the best Brave bow. Now, look, I really like it, so I'm going to pop it on. The fact that it's 19 and 19 dex is actually, I mean, because I crafted this so badly, it works for us, even if it's not what we were aiming for. So we're just going to keep going with that. Now, I wonder if I can come over here and put in a little shortcut baton. Getting a couple of little freezes like that. I'm pretty sure I saw a brown rope here at one point. I did. I saw it. It went brown. Move more slowly. Move more slowly. Come on. That's only getting this part of the way. Oh, can't believe we're getting tired while we try to place our baton. There we go. Can we get to it? We can get to it. Nice. Alright, I got a little shortcut there. But when I need to go up and use that mine again. It's great, I tell you. Great. Definitely worth all that time. Trying to put it in. Now we're eating a bunch of food that we could have cooked up, but it's alright. I don't mind. We can work our way through our meat stocks. Alright, so we'll go hand this in. We made another 460 gold, or 460 crowns from that quest. Got ourselves a very nice bow, if I do say so myself. I have built the camp chest. Great. Ooh, we have another steel. We have the Legion, steel, and steel. Okay, cool. We'll just put it aside as a just in case. All right, I'm going to put our bow with the brave there just so that I don't accidentally sell it. If you accidentally sell these things, it gets quite expensive quite quickly. We'll make another bunch of lockpicks. Gets ourselves up to a maximum lockpicking, or maximum tinkering, I should say. We're going to head to the market and we're going to sell a bunch of these lockpicks. Now, we rarely need more than 4 lockpicks. So there we go, another 400 gold in our pockets. A couple of gems, a gold tooth, a piece of pottery. We are tracking along very well here. Now, that's about all we want to sell. Definitely buy some of these because our next trip will be up to Stromcat. And in our quest. And I actually think we might do a quick trip up to Stromcap now while we're going. See if we can't pick that archer up. Oh no, here we go. Eagle-eyed. Precision increased by 10%. I assume that just means he's 10% more accurate, not 10% more damage. Look, there we go. We have a spare bow. We have an archer who wants to join us. I know, just because if we pay him enough, he will join us. And let us start leveling him up. Now, we already have one archer who is good for the valorous support side of things. This archer, I want him to be a killer. So he is going to get victory. So, the decision I'm trying to make between Hunter means he'd be limited to killing 2 things per round, or another infantryman who we had before. Against rats, this guy is going to be a valor point generator, so I'll buy another book for him with another 300 gold soon enough. His barrage skill will be extremely useful. I can give him our bow that we only just recently set aside. Oh, he needs to be level 5 for that. So we might just have to do a little switcheroony to begin with. So one cool thing about the legendaries is you don't need to be level 5. It is quite nice. I don't know whether it's intended or not, but you can have quite powerful weapons on low-level characters. The other thing we might do is we'll just shift our injured character to our gurney. Just to save us on some medicine cost, which I love doing all the time, or as often as I remember to do it. I think from these runs, you've probably seen me forget many, many times. And I don't have upgraded armor for that archer yet, but I'm also not incredibly worried about it. I'm just going to go for the dexterity. What have we got? At level 3, we've got 31 dexterity on this character and 35 on this character. So the level 3 archer is not going to perform significantly worse than the level 5 archer. No armor and a little bit lower health does mean slightly more vulnerable, but our archers have been pretty well protected most of this time anyway. Now, one thing I forgot to do is pick up some salt. So if we have to eat between now and our arrival in Tiltron, it's going to be quite an expensive meal. Got lots of pork to cook up, but actually need to do that cooking. I reckon we can make it there. I think it takes like 3/4 of an action bar to get up to Stromcat. So let's see if we can get there. And we got a bunch of our gold sitting in trade resources as well at the moment. So keen to offload some of them. Now, do I have enough time to grab a book and get to Tiltron? Yeah, so apparently we haven't actually crossed this border yet this way. Well, we shall use our pre-placed baton and rope, if I can find the bottom of it. And we will head back up past our training grounds and pick up the book that we want for our archer anyway. Have a day and 15 hours before our next wages are due. I reckon we can earn that money back. I'm not shy about spending. Spending in this game is, you know, I can't quite say it's like spend money to make money. Oh goodness, I don't know that we're going to get to Tiltron. This is going to be close. So if I don't run, I will actually cover slightly more distance than if I do run. Your fatigue bar goes down very slightly lower. I kind of want to run though, just so I can maybe get close enough. Oh, can we make Stromcat before someone starves? I think the answer is going to be no. So when you get halfway through this fatigue bar, your party starts moving incredibly slowly. Oh, come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get to town. Get to town. I definitely don't want to lose someone at level 5 to fatigue, though, so I am just not going to risk it. We're going to eat a massive bunch of food here. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. No regrets. Alright, we've healed up Arissa. And we are good to go again. I should probably, like... Oh, we were so close. We were so close. I feel like if we'd paid that border guard... Oh, yeah, this is the merchant quest. I didn't want to start this one yet. It just involves a bit of going back and forth to Vertruse, so I just haven't got into it yet. There we go. We've already made some extra cash. Let's go and sell our wares. Buy some salt. I want to sell these. Let's buy some other wares because we are going to be moving on. Wheat is actually quite a cheap way to get bread as well. So I do recommend buying wheat when you see it to cook up some bread or some apple pancakes. Cured meat is also very cheap at 1 cost for 1 food. Don't even know if I have the mutton recipe actually. I do have the mutton recipe, great. And let's get some more salt as well. All right, let's do some cooking. Let's have a little bit of a look at who we have managed to improve this run. And then I think we'll call that for a night. It's been a pretty good run. We have got Harag coming up very, very soon. So this group is, I think, ready to go. Ready to go. There's not too many more things I'd want to do for them. And leaving Vertruse open, I think, is probably the right decision so that we can actually level up when we want to level up as well. And we're going to upgrade barrage on this guy as well, straight off the bat, so that he is hitting as hard as we want him to hit as early as possible. Now, we got a brace. There's probably a couple of little things we could craft for our characters to do a little bit of extra damage as well. But the thing we really need is that extra wood to make things like the tanning rack and some other weapons. All right. Thank you very much for watching. I hope it was an enjoyable episode. We managed to end up buying 4 skill mastery books, so about 1,200 gold worth. We purchased another 5 utility skill books, so another 750 gold worth. So we spent over 2,000 gold this run. We've got some trade resources in our bags. We've got no extra quests actually yet, so we will have to pick up some more quests before we continue. But overall, I would say we probably turned over close to 3 grand this run in terms of food and other bits and pieces. So the party is much more well established, getting ready for Harag, and within this week we will have a new region opening up over here on the east. So cannot wait. We've got Tiltron done, we've got Arthas done, and now it's just a matter of time. Bring it on, bring it on. Catch you guys soon. Gag over and out.